User onboarding is super important in the user experience because the whole reason you're building a product and the whole reason that you're marketing it is to get people to switch over from the way they were doing things before to the way they can do things with your product. And unless if they reliably make that switch in their habit and just take on a new way to do things with you, then it's all kind of for naught. So for all of your effort that you're putting into building up your product and building up your marketing, to make sure people make that switch over is very, very important. So you work so hard to get people to sign up for your product and to start using your product. And a lot of times the acceptable rate of churn for month over month of engaged users is like on the low end 5%, but you contrast that with what people typically consider to be acceptable for sign-up attrition rates, which is somewhere oftentimes 85%, something along those lines. So there's a great opportunity to retain many, many more people in that crucial early phase. A lot of times you'll see 50% of the people who sign up for your product never even come back a second time. So really nailing that first run experience, that first impression that you're creating with people is crucially important in making sure that the efforts that you're putting in marketing and product alike are really paying off as much as they can. My strongest recommendation for providing an amazing onboarding experience is to just be there for people. So if that in the early days is just being present in live chat or paying very close attention to customer support tickets or whatever that might be, really understanding where people are tripping up, where people are succeeding, things along those lines. Really recommend doing that. And then once you start picking up on patterns and gain insights that way, you can go in and make changes to your product so that will scale out to everybody else that's using it. But it really has to start with empathy and a really tight feedback loop so that you can get the insights and understand where people are doing well and where people aren't. Sure. So yeah, it's really important to convey the progress that someone is making in their life, that people buy products, not to buy products, but to buy better versions of themselves. And so when you are marketing your product, you're making a promise that your life plus our product will be better because of it. And unless if you're reliably following through on that better life that you've promised, then whether you've walked people through feature activation or gotten people to go through a wizard or whatever isn't that important. So instead of looking at progress within the terms of your product, getting people from A to B and signing up, thinking of it more as getting people from A to B in their life and your product as a way to facilitate that.